Okay, when I talked to you before about due process, a fair trial, effective assistance of counsel, in the Sixth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, effective assistance of counsel is guaranteed, which means not only are you guaranteed effective assistance of counsel, but it guarantees you that every lawyer and every judge out there will abide by and enforce the rules of professional conduct and the code of judicial conduct, and that's not happening. That's why you have ineffective assistance of counsel. That's why you don't receive a fair trial. That's why due process doesn't exist, because nobody's reporting this misconduct. Okay, I put is reporting misconduct mandatory. I asked the internet the right questions, my search bar, and it gave me an answer. No matter what internet search engine you use, you're going to come up with the same answer but a variable amount. Good thing AI is in its infancy, because nobody's taught it to lie yet. That's why it's so confused, because they're using the human genome, and it's very confusing because especially when it comes to the law, lawyers and judges have a vast consistency to lie and go by their personal opinion instead of by the law. That's why I always use the letter of the law. The letter of the law is a mandate in law that requires, when interpreting the law, whatever is written be done word for word to the letter. Okay, so don't ever let anybody try to tell you it doesn't mean what you read, doesn't mean what you think it means. They'll give you their legal explanation, which is disinformation. That's the legal term for misinformation. It's disinformation, and that's illegal. So they shouldn't be doing that. Remind them always to stick to the letter of the law. Okay, reporting misconduct. Yes, in many professional fields, including law, healthcare, education, reporting misconduct is considered mandatory, meaning individuals are legally required to report instances of serious ethical violations or illegal activity if they become aware of them. This is often outlined in the professional codes of conduct and enforced by regulatory bodies. In Illinois, it's for the lawyers, it's the ARDC, Attorney Registration Disciplinary Commission, and for judges, it's Judicial Inquiry Board. Every state has different names. Key points about mandatory reporting. Ethical obligations. Professionals have a duty to report misconduct to protect the public and maintain the integrity of their field. Legal consequences. Failure to report misconduct can result in disciplinary action, including license suspension or even legal repercussions, depending on the jurisdiction and the severity of the situation. Rule 3.8. Example. In the legal profession, Rule 3.8 generally mandates lawyers to report suspected misconduct by other attorneys to the relevant bar association. Rule 3.8. Reporting professional misconduct. That's mandatory in every state, federal court, you name it, okay? It says right here, reporting professional misconduct, American Bar Association. If you read the rules of professional conduct and need a lawyer for everything, you'll find that your lawyer didn't do any of that. But you have to read the rules of professional conduct. In the rules of professional conduct, it clearly stipulates that you need informed consent before any proceedings can proceed. Before anything can proceed in a court of law, you must give informed consent. You need reasonable information to make an informed decision to give informed consent. If you didn't know the rules of professional conduct and the code of judicial conduct existed, and you didn't know that was your right to effective assistance of counsel, and these are the standards, and they're not doing it, nobody's reporting, it's totally ridiculous. So that's why it makes it so easy to me and for me to shut a case down, because in no court that you'll ever find, unless it's on TV and it's being publicized, well, judges and lawyers will abide by the rules and the codes. But if there isn't a camera in place watching and listening to what these people are doing, nobody's going to play by the rules. Nobody's going to play by the codes. Okay, so that's what's going to make it real easy for you. All you're doing is reporting misconduct by the judges and the lawyers. Okay, you can also do it in the medical field too. My health is so poor is because a doctor has been trying to pacify me with prescriptions, but I'm not about that. I was addicted to them for a while. They cut me off, gave them back, cut me off, gave them back, cut me off. I had it last time. I couldn't take it anymore. Went through some really bad times, and now I'm free and clear. You know, I don't have the need to go out there and look for something. You know, I live in a world of pain, but I'd rather know when I'm going than sleep through it. Okay? So now I've been chased out of many hospitals for reporting these doctors for neglecting their duties, pacifying me with prescriptions instead of doing them with the necessaries. I've had 6 operations so far that I had to wait a very long time because the doctors insisted on me coming back to the office consistently for those prescriptions instead of sending me to a specialist and have myself fixed. And it wasn't until I got the red, white, and blue card where I didn't need a referral, went straight to the specialist and got 4 operations quick, fast, in a hurry that I had to wait like 12 years for. But anyways, reporting professional misconduct. It's mandatory when it comes to education, the legal system, medical. I also use a lot of these laws when I talk about the public trust. You should look up the public trust doctrine, and the public trust doctrine. It tells you the legal system is in the public trust, everything medical, education, and that means that belongs to the public. Okay, that's your part of your trust fund. And I don't know if you've been paying attention, but a lot of that stuff has been sold out from underneath you, you know, without your informed consent. You did not have the reasonable knowledge to give, and you did not have the reasonable knowledge to make an informed decision to give informed consent to sell off your mineral rights, your oil rights, your copper rights, your silver rights, your timbering. You know, all this is being sold off at your expense. It's in the public trust doctrine. Okay. Why misconduct is not reported, confidentiality concerns and lack of trust in the reporting system. Employees may be hesitant to report misconduct if they lack confidence in the confidentiality. Fear of retaliation. Actually, I was left for dead trying to report a judge and some lawyers in court. And it's on my YouTube channel, PTSDME. What is reporting misconduct? Alleged wrongful conduct means violation of law, infringement of company rules, misappropriation of monies, actual or suspected fraud, substantial and specific danger to public health and safety, and abuse authority. Okay, what is Rule 8.3? Rule 8.3 states that a lawyer shall report without undue delay. Rule 8.3 provides that a lawyer must report as soon as the lawyer reasonably, but as soon as they know, and that's their job. The rules of professional conduct clearly state that reporting misconduct is mandatory. So basically, or essentially, they're supposed to be watching, listening, you know, and reporting any violation of the rules of their codes immediately. They should be citing the other lawyers or the judge in court, but they don't do that. So it's up to you. It's up to you. There's a lot of things, if you don't demand in court, they won't give you. They won't give you a quick and speedy trial unless you demand it. They won't give you a criminal case probable cause hearing unless you demand it. You know, the judge will dismiss witnesses, evidence, everything they possibly can, so you have nothing to defend yourself with in court. So you're going to have to demand answers to that. Why aren't you being allowed witnesses? Why aren't you? Why isn't there? You know, aren't you being allowed evidence? And a criminal case I was involved in, the judge didn't allow the doctors to testify. to what the plaintiffs testified to. If the doctors had testified, they would have contradicted what the plaintiff had testified to. All her allegations were misrepresented. She lied, and it couldn't be proven by the hospital reports. Now, if I had seen those hospital reports, if I had been given them, which I was denied, I would have been able to prove that quite easily. But lawyers, the judge, they didn't think it was necessary to say that none of that is in the hospital reports. It's highly exaggerated. But nonetheless, when it comes to reporting misconduct, you'll find that people in the professions, doctors, lawyers, judges, anybody that considers themselves professionals, they do have a code of conduct. They all have a code of conduct, and reporting misconduct is mandatory, and nobody does it within the profession, so it's up to you. Okay, this is Pops at Legal Reform, saying good day and good night. Remember, I've been told a long time, that's why I started going on the internet. People said, you want answers to a question, ask the internet. Luckily for me, I didn't know what they were talking about, so I used the search bar and put all my questions there instead of going on social media and asking people. I even go on social media and find questions that people are asking. I copy and paste that question to my search bar. AI comes up with the answer. I give the person the answer, and they thank me. And all it was me putting their question in the search bar. So people take advantage before these companies teach AI to lie to you. Okay, right now it's in its infancy, so all it knows is it may not know the answer, but it will give you a multitude of answers where you can find the one you're looking for. Okay, peace and good night. May your God always be with you. And bless you. Thank you for listening.